Hi everyone, my name is Jake Bates. I'm a workforce management consultant here at ShopWorks. Welcome to another edition to the Workforce Management Podcast. Today I'm joined by Lee Bowden, CRO and Co-Founder. Hi Lee.
Afternoon.
So today, workforce management software, what is it? How can it be used? I think we'll kind of jump straight in. In terms of workforce management, who in an organisation would kind of typically use it first? Let's start with that.
I think, as the name suggests, workforce, it's pretty much got something for everybody. It's not particularly broken down by department. If you look at employees, at the baseline, they get visibility on time planners and booking time off and the hours they're getting paid and kind of interactions with them in the company. The operational staff get reports and visibility. HR know that complexity in and around things like compliance and overtime and all those calculations like the living wage are being managed professionally and accurately. Finance are happy because they get a kind of visibility on who's spending what and where that spend is going, and are we overspending, which is, in a recession is very important. And then IT, they're the lucky ones really. We do all the hosting and all the training and stuff. They have to make sure the biometric units are working. But so it's pretty light on IT, but pretty much there's something for everybody. And
I can imagine there is not one kind of workforce management that fits for all. Is there different types of workforce management?
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's different benefits. You've got multi-site operations, single-site operations, certainly different sectors. I think that probably the only sector that is kind of not really overly apt with workforce management is call centres, because they know when you're working because you've logged on and started taking calls. But mobile workforces like drivers or home care workers, it's particularly strong in hourly paid staff or shift workers that may start in a dedicated venue but might get moved around, or they might do different roles within a business on a big single site. That all needs to be tracked. I always say that staff, they're our biggest asset, but they're also our biggest cost. And if we're not managing that accurately and professionally, then it's not healthy for the business. But, all hospitals or industry verticals, but then even now moving wider, now we're looking at a world where there's more agency workers because there's a lot of understaffed. Gig workers, there's a lot of people now doing 2 or 3 jobs in a day, or leaving a premises and coming back to do a different job. So the complexities of the modern day workforce on cost and compliance has created an environment where actually dedicated workforce management is essential for every sector.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the larger the business, the more complex, the lack of visibility. If you've got multiple people working multiple hours, it has an effect on payroll. I've heard of the term best of breed for when it comes to workforce management. Just kind of, how do I know the right workforce management for me? What's kind of meant by that?
I think you always have to take references. And for me, you're going to go through a process of a selection process of multiple providers. For me, if I always look to speak to customers. If you want to know about a software company, go and speak to its customers, and they'll tell you on their journey, and you'll be able to decide which one of those customers has the similar requirements to what you are. But best of breed, it's kind of since cloud. And we're all hosted in the cloud, then in theory integrations are a lot easier, and it allows you to have the best workforce management paired with the best HR platform, with the best payroll solution for you. So you're not just stuck with a kind of a jack of all trades in software. Actually, I've got a real complex workforce. I need some dedicated workforce management software to manage that element of my business. Payroll is relatively similar, and then depending on how big your HR team, depends what you get out of that. But workforce management, choose the provider that's right for you, and just don't accept it as a module of a wider platform.
Fantastic. I think all the kind of this can be covered in a blog, which I'm going to put in the bottom of the podcast. But keep this one nice and short and sweet. Thanks for joining me, Lee.
Pleasure.